Entertainment, the perfect blend of paranormal and pop culture, with your host, Joe Wakefield and Ryan Lang.
I love it. I'm a fan of this. I'm here for it.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Earthling Entertainment with your hosts, Joe Wakefield and Ryan Lang.
That's right. I'm your host who's trying to keep his eyes open, Joe Wakefield. I'm not really tired. I'm not really high or anything like that. I'm just kind of a squinty guy. You know what I mean? And I realized just because the angle of my webcam and the fact that my vision is kind of lower, it makes me even more squinty.
Yeah.
So this whole time I'm going to be like, yeah,
Far out, man.
totally.
Far out, man.
Oh,
And I'm wearing my Lions gear for the Lions game today. Hi, I'm Ryan Lang. How's it going?
that's right. And welcome to what Ryan said. This is a bonus episode. And the reason why is we're experimenting a little bit with video simply because Ryan couldn't make it into the studio. Therefore, we had to do it over Zoom. And we thought, well, we haven't bought webcams and stuff yet, but yeah, the built-in ones are fine. I don't know, man.
This works. This works. I
This
get to
works.
sit here at my office. You know, in my office, I got all my Star Wars helmets behind me. All the bad guys today.
Right
So,
on,
you
right
know,
on.
My prized possession. All of my Star Wars helmets.
You do have a very good
Fucking-
collection. Yeah. I cheated. Ooh,
Captain
that's a
Rex.
good one. Oh, nice. Is
Oh,
that the
yeah,
newest
this
one?
one's sweet. I've had this for a while, actually. I got this, I think, like a year ago.
Nice. I always like Rex.
Pretty
I like how they confirmed he was in Return of the Jedi because there happened to be an actor who looked like a bearded version of one of the clones. And some fan was like, is that Rex? And then Lucasfilm's like, yeah, totally. That's totally Rex. He was there. He was totally there at Endor. That's awesome.
We planned it all along. We always
Exactly.
knew. We're Disney. We know.
Just like the sequel trilogy, this was well planned out. Anywho.
That's right. Somehow it was planned out.
Oh. So, guys, if you are joining us for the first time, very odd episode to start, but hey, welcome. You might be wondering what it is we do here. What is Earthling Entertainment? Well, I'm going to tell you. What we do here is a little bit of the spooky, a
No.
little bit of the creepy. Sometimes it's cryptozoology. Other times it's a haunting, a myth, or a legend, but it's always spooky. And that, of course, is followed... Armageddon. And that, of course, is followed by a segment we lovingly call Disclosure Discussion. That one's all about aliens.
I'm just asking questions about extraterrestrials, UFOs, any new UFO footage that's come out, anything like that. That's what we like to talk about. Today, we actually got a pretty cool one from Spain.
Oh, nice. Nice. So
Yeah.
is both the spooky stuff and Disclosure Discussion Spain, kind of like we did Jamaica last week?
Yeah, I don't know how I just fell into that. I honestly just kind of fell into the spooky stuff for the day, and
Sure.
it happened to be from Spain, and I was just like, I wonder if there's any UFOs in Spain, and I found a pretty cool one. The first time an airline had to actually land because of a UFO. It was the first time it had ever happened.
Like a
in the world.
commercial airline.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
First time that ever happened.
Oh,
So
right on.
yeah,
That's
that's
pretty
a cool one today. Yeah.
Oh, that is cool. And then, guys, we have a little thing that we like to call real world weird. When something doesn't quite fit into the paranormal spectrum, you know, the spooky stuff, but is still kind of, I don't know, goofy, strange, awkward, a mystery, we throw it in real world weird.
Yeah.
Then the second half of the show, the latter half, if you will, is all dedicated to pop culture and entertainment. Sometimes that's celebrity guests. Other times we've had audio dramas. We do weird quizzes every once in a while. Always a little bit of genre news, sometimes celebrity deaths. But yeah, pop culture, you get the idea. And those two things together, the spooky, the creepy, the paranormal with the pop culture, the movies, the TV, the video games, the music form a delicious Snickers bar. I said a lot of things, so I figured more ingredients of a podcast.
Snickers bar. Mind the nougat.
Mind the new. So Ryan has mentioned before that I've said moon pie most of all. Like we're the moon pie of a podcast because it's two things that come together, blah, 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 blah. Well, I came across this. Apparently, there is moon pie beer. There's moon pie stout. And Ryan, I think for the show,
I bet it's good.
I think for the show, we're gonna have to get this. I'm just saying.
I mean, chocolate stouts are, amazing. So I mean, that to me that makes total sense.
Yeah, I'm kind of
Yeah.
a stout guy. I'm kind of I really like
You
the
are.
coffee stouts. I like the dark beer. I love Guinness. It's a Bock's good too. Just I'm a dark beer guy.
Yeah. Lately I've just I'm a Coors Lizzle kind of guy.
Yeah,
I
and
don't know why. But that's just it's just how I roll now. I'm getting old.
Well, I'm not throwing shade on Coors Light. It just, to me, it's those are the kind of beers that you would drink when you were like at a party because you were going to drink like 15 beers. So you got to drink something a little bit lighter. Whereas you're not going to drink 15 stouts because either the alcohol limit's heavy or the beer's heavy. You know what I mean? It's either way.
You get full.
Yes,
You
exactly.
literally wouldn't be able to do it.
You could get really, really drunk too, because some of those are like 9%.
Well, yeah. So it's like you're hammered and absolutely full to the brim. Like just yeah.
It's like what would Steve-O say in SLC Punk? Now you got a drunk who's also fat and gross. It's the worst thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's it comes for us all. It comes for us all. What can you do?
Oh man.
Oh man, that's such a classic movie. I was just talking about SLC Punk the other day. Like it's so, I don't know, it's so solidified into my brain as like one of like my favorite movies like when we were younger. Like it was so cool.
No, you're right. It actually is my favorite movie. Like for real. It's like I remember in film school there's several times like, what's your favorite movie? SLC Punk. And a few people heard of it, but everyone was always surprised it was my favorite movie. But it just simply was everything I wanted when I was a teenager, adolescent wise. It was the perfect idea of what like being a free rebel anarchy could be, in your early 20s, post college thing. And I can honestly say I lived a little bit of my life like that, but it cost a lot of money and it takes a lot of time to get dressed in the morning, and eventually you get old.
No, yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I know.
My ears used to be quite big, but it's pretty much closed now, I would say. Oh, man.
Yeah, I never got into the stretching of the ear. I didn't do that too much. I always had just like the long hair. I would spike my hair in high school.
It seems like the people who have gauges now, they're either huge or like just not really existent. Like it's not really the fad anymore. I don't see as many people doing it. I mean, the people who do it, they effing commit, right? They're as big as the damn headphone. But I don't know.
It was huge. It was huge when we were younger in high school. Like everybody had their ears gauged or whatever you say. Like that was the thing. It was a whole thing. It was a big thing. And it messed up a lot of people's ears. Like I see a lot of people now that don't even wear the plugs and they've just got these big gaping holes.
Yeah, I mean, it's really, it's annoying. It's a little bit of surgery, but like they can just snip, close it, zip it up, and in a few years it looks pretty normal. It looks like you got a scar. You know what I mean? Like it's not that big of a deal. Right. You want to get them recorrected, but yeah, I mean, they literally go choop choop. Let's just fold, tie that together, sew it up. It's heal. It's good. Don't worry about it. So
yeah, dude. Yeah, some people have to get that done.
These are the choices that we make. Imagine committing like the lizard man, right? Like split your tongue and get tattoos of scales and get like horns embedded under your skin. I'm talking about like severe committing to freak show modification, like body modification.
Like straight up like, implants and shit. Yeah, like he had like all like the bumps above his eyebrows.
Exactly. I mean, you think that someone with like gauged ears is an issue. Well, imagine a lip disc or like I said, embedded horns. Yeah. Remember our buddy Jeff? Well, he always told me he wanted to get a tattoo of the third eye on his forehead. And I always wondered if he was going to actually do it. I mean,
I don't know. We lost Jeff before. Well, yeah, but we lost him before the fad of all the face tattoos. That was big. Like, what was it like within the past, decade or so? Remember, like we saw a lot of people like getting their first tattoos like on their face, like their first tattoo. It was a big fad.
Yeah, I never got face tattoos. I don't care about visible tattoos. I never got face tattoos. It was never my thing. But no, I don't know. Is that a fad or did it just come and go?
It was. I think it already went. Because I remember for a while there, you would see a lot of people with face tattoos, that were younger. They didn't, like not to like try to label anyone who's got a face tattoo, but they didn't look like, like a gangster or something like that.
Sure,
You know what
sure,
I mean?
sure.
They just a normal person with a face tattoo.
Well,
So
look like,
I imagine.
hold on, dude. Like
that,
Post Malone, that guy looks rough, and then he
yes,
sings like an angel, and he's apparently the nicest man.
yeah. Well, yeah,
Go
and
ahead,
that's the thing. And I think he was one, like all of those like SoundCloud rappers of that time, all of them I think made like the weird face tattoos, like the really almost like simple, like they were really simple that they would put on their face.
Sure.
And he helped make that popular, I think. And that was what really made that keep going. And I think that if Jeff was around, if we still had Jeff during that era, I think he totally would have gotten, I don't know about the third eye, but he would have gotten something. I guarantee he would have gotten something, within that
you're
whole
probably,
fad.
yeah, dude, for sure. Hold on one sec.
I wish I had one of the buttons to play with.
Yeah, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
So,
you guys, for those of you who don't know, the guy we're talking about is named Jeff Moser. He was called Mr. Stitches in his band, which was called Mental Ward, and it is a horrorcore band. So kind of they were out there for shock value. They said in their songs, it's like the horror version of rap, but they said the worst, most awful things you could possibly think of. Like this would get them canceled during the PC culture very quickly. I wonder a lot about if that happened at a different time. It's very not appropriate music, but he was pretty big at it, and he was really, really, really good at it. And he was on this cover after he died, Mr. Stitches, Horrorcore magazine. But he is the gentleman, as you could tell, look at him, that told us that he wanted to get that third eye on his head. And my God, I bet he would have done it.
And I know he looks all crazy, in that photo, but if you knew Jeff like we did, he was the sweetest dude.
The sweetest guy.
Like,
I would go over his house and he'd be watching like the Fairly Odd Parents, be like, "What up?"
Yep. I want to say a week before we lost him, we spent like all night. We all just hung out, and before he left, he gave me a big kiss on my cheek. Like he was that kind of guy. He just didn't care,
he was the Marilyn Manson meets John Candy of our group.
That's that's pretty close.
Yeah,
pretty close.
Yeah, I fucking nailed it. Yeah, no, I'm just saying. I sometimes think about the stuff that people who pass miss, because like Jeff died 2011, right? So he never actually saw the Avengers. So he saw the first and second Iron Man and the Incredible Hulk and everything leading up, Captain America, everything, but he never saw the Avengers. And he would have loved that, but also just how far it went with the Infinity Gauntlet. And now they're going to be Avengers Doomsday coming up, just this whole bunch of stuff. And I know it's weird to mark things in pop culture, but that's what I do.
No, that's
that kind of stands up in my life, right? So also, I'm pretty sure he saw The Walking Dead season 1, maybe season 2. But if I was to tell Jeff around the time he passed that this show would last 10 seasons and have like 6 spin-offs that have lasted a few seasons, he would be like, man, because this was the stuff he was into. It's crazy.
He loved zombies.
Right? That's why when we did that movie that the Nightcrawlers, be that as it was, when I wrote that, there was this whole big monologue about how zombies, man, you need to survive. And we were really into the big zombie craze. But here we go. This is how we bring our banter full circle before we officially begin the show, Ryan. You know what you never saw? SLC Punk 2. Yeah.
Most people didn't think I did.
All right, so
I want to say you showed it to me, or we tried to watch it, but I have no memory of it.
Fair enough. Well, SLC Punk 2 came out many, many years later. I'm going to say 2017 off the top of my head, but I could be very wrong. Somewhere around there. It is called Punk's Dead, and it's really weird because a lot of the actors are like Steve-O, was Matthew Lillard, so he's not going to be in it because they had a much lower budget. I think they did a Kickstarter and they got something around like $85,000. So I could be wrong. Maybe they got more in money, but at least the Kickstarter, it was like under $100,000. So way less, because I think SLC Punk was a couple million, like 5 million. The point is, they got new actors and all kids, and the generation from SLC Punk that we know were all the adults, but it was like the very obscure characters from that movie, like Devin Sawa, who had the green hair in the SLC Punk and like took too much acid and was freaking out.
Yeah.
Well, he's like almost a main character in the second one. And you know, John the Mod, where he buys acid off of him in literally one scene. Well, he's also Frank in Donnie Darko, but he came back and was also a big part of the sequel. And then they got Bob's girlfriend Trish back, and then the guy who played Bob is back, but he narrates it. He's still dead. It's like a framing device. He's telling the story, and it's about his son. Cool. Yeah, it's about his son with Trish that apparently he knocked her up like right before he died. The movie's a bit shorter than I'd like, and it's definitely a very different movie. You can't really compare them, because if you compare the first one and the second one, everyone's going to say the second one sucks. It's not the case. It's just a very, very different movie. They're almost unrelated. It's kind of like This Is 40 and Knocked Up, how they're spin-off or sequel of each other. I feel like I lost you, bud.
No, you didn't. No, sorry. It's just I got a notification here, so I'm turning my phone on Do Not Disturb.
Yeah, well, you know what? No one can complain. This is the first time we've done video. This is essentially like a beta test, okay? We're messing with things.
Yeah, we have no idea, people. Like, strap in. We
literally bought no equipment for this. I set up to do an audio podcast, never thought we'd do video, and then everyone's like, do video. And I'm like,
I got like the focus right over here, you know. I got like all the equipment over here, you know, we're gonna update soon. You know, working on it. You know,
well, I mean, if it works, if we do this and people respond to it and people like it, if we suddenly get like a jump in downloads or views or, you know, whatever reviews, then yeah, okay, we'll keep doing this. But if no one seems to care, I'm not gonna. It's a pain in the ass.
That's right.
I'm just saying. And on that, very good. Hey, you ready to do spooky stuff?
I'm ready.
All right. And on that note, guys, spooky stuff. Go ahead, I guess. Sound effect.
Spooky stuff. The legend of El Coco has its roots and in numerous Spanish-speaking countries. Millions of children across the globe encounter the tale of El Coco in their bedtime stories. What are the mysteries surrounding the El Coco legend, and what exactly do they have to do with an evil coconut, you ask?
I'm severely on board if this is about an evil coconut, sir.
That's right.
You for real? I love
you. For real.
I love you for finding this odd thing for me.
El Coco derives its name from the Spanish word for coconut. El Coco is described as having a brown, hairy face that evokes the eerie image of a frightening coconut.
Oh, so he's not actually a coconut?
Well, I mean, we don't know. He could be. He could be.
All right.
No, you're good. Because it's variously described as a shapeless figure, sometimes a hairy monster that hides in closets or under beds and eats children that misbehave when they are told to go to bed. They taste the best.
Man, can you imagine the last thing you see is this like weird sphere, kind of like the Langoliers, except it's kind of like a furry brown coconut, kind of like a kiwi looking at you, like on your bed, gobbles up children.
Just looking at you like this.
Sure. Those things I remember, they kind of had like tremor heads. They like their mouths open like, yeah. Yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
All right.
Just like that.
Yeah.
Spanish-speaking parents caution their children that El Coco lurks on neighborhood rooftops, searching for those who refuse to go to bed on time or exhibit disobedient behavior. Should a child become a target of El Coco, the creature may emerge from under the bed or inside a cupboard to whisk them away.
I like that. I had this story once that I wanted to do while I was in college, and it was basically monsters can come out from under the bed. It's a natural portal. Any bed, monsters can come out. And then it's kind of funny that it's so relevant now, because when I was thinking of doing this, it was like 2014. But there was this big candidate that was just like straight up like humans first. Like, we don't need these monsters. I'm not lying. Like taking our jobs and stuff. And they wanted to lower beds, like put making the law that beds had to be lowered so the monsters couldn't come out. And it was this weird, very on the nose. It was bad. It was bad. I'm never gonna actually show anybody it, but like the core concept was pretty fun. Like the core concept of
it gives me Little Monsters vibes, right? Like where they can come
with
up
Howie
from under the
Mandel.
beds.
Yeah. And there was also
Yeah.
Don't Look Under the Bed, which was a Disney Channel original movie. Like monsters coming out from under the bed or being a portal to a monster world is not the new concept. Or at least this isn't the story you tell. You know what I mean? Like this is not your story to bitch about.
That's right. Yes, you got it good.
Yeah,
good. It is not the way that Coco looks, but what it does that scares most.
All right.
It is a child eater and a kidnapper. It may immediately devour the child, leaving no trace, or it may spirit the child away to a place of no return.
Well, they say no body, no crime, man. I'd say eat them. I don't know why you spirit it away. Right. Do you spirit it away to like save for later, or is it like an upside down situation with Will Byers? What's happening here, bud?
I don't know, but all I do know is that it only does this to disobedient children. So
don't be a dick.
I'm not saying that he's right. I'm not saying that he's right, but I'm saying I understand.
Listen, Timmy. Listen, Timmy. If you fuck up, there's gonna be a coconut, and it's gonna be under your bed, and it's gonna come out and eat you.
It will just straight up. It'll eat your ass.
One bite.
Whole. Yes.
Yeah. I wonder if it eats you though. Does it leave the blood? Is it kind of like It chapter, the second It episode? Have you seen that yet?
We haven't seen the newest one. No, we saw the second one.
Okay, well, the second one, where basically they're like, those kids, spoiler, I guess, if anyone cares about welcome to Dairy.
It's been out for a while.
Doesn't matter. The point is, I liked how they were dealing with the repercussions. They're like, there's no bodies, but there was blood everywhere. I don't know exactly when forensics came into play, but you have to imagine the local cops in the 60s aren't dealing with that. So they can't be like DNA and it belongs to the kids. There's just blood everywhere. Right. So if a coconut eats your children, is there a bunch of blood?
It says
it eats
right
them whole?
Here. Right. It's.
I'm just saying, I eat a grape. Sometimes some squirts come out.
But yeah, it says leaving no trace. So it may immediately devour the child, leaving no trace.
All right.
So
maybe
it can just swallow your asshole. Yeah. Probably.
Ryan, you just keep saying swallowing your asshole, and it makes me laugh.
It does.
Because
swallow your ass
or H-O
hole.
Okay, yeah. That's what I thought.
With a W.
It's like phrasing, Ryan. Phrasing.
You gotta pay the troll.
Swallowed his asshole. Oh my gosh. What about the cheeks?
He's good. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, past the thighs.
El Coco. It's terrifying.
Already looks like
a hairy one.
Yeah.
It is on the lookout for children's misbehavior from rooftops. It takes the shape of any dark shadow and stays watching.
Imagine like the Moana coconut with like a Batman cape. Like about there's lightning and you see the silhouette of the Coco.
Honestly, those dudes were awesome in Moana. Like I want to see like a whole. I'm surprised Disney or whatever Pixar hasn't done like a whole series of like shorts, like just with them.
They did it with so many other things, man. They have a Zootopia thing that's like 8 shorts. They have a Doug Days, which is the dog from Up.
Yeah, like those were actually really good. Those are actually really good.
They're not bad. I just there was this time under I think Chapek where the order was make as much as you can, make as fast as you can, and it was because when Disney Plus had started and he was the new CEO of Disney. Well, the issue was there was no real quality control, so we got like a bunch of these shows that are like 6 minutes long, and because it's Disney, the damn credits that can't really be skipped easily to the next episode. It feels like you watch 6 minutes and then you got to do 2 minutes before it'll play the next episode. Like my kid likes Forky, the Forky from Toy Story.
They made a billion shorts for him.
They did. Well, the kid loves them. By the way, when he first watched it, he started going around saying Forky, and I swear it sounded like he was saying fucky, and I didn't know what he was saying at first. He walks up and he's like, fucky, and I'm like, what?
It's certainly his son. What?
It's like, I have sworn in front of my kid because I'm human, but I don't remember using the term fucky.
That's a little fucky. It's a little
right?
fucky. He's ahead of his time.
Yeah. Kids.
Smart kid.
Kids. We got to come to terms with the fact that as we get older, we're always complaining that our shit was better and our kids don't know how good we had it because that's what our parents did and that's what the grandparents did. Every generation thinks they had it the best. So prepare to be old as soon as your kid has an opinion. Just saying.
Oh, I know. And one more thing I wanted to add to talking about shorts was something that was funny. When during Ahsoka, when Sabine leaves, we know that she has a Loth cat.
Sure.
And literally, I remember it was a viral thing where people were just commenting on everything, being like, how is she just going to leave her cat? Who's going to take care of the cat? Like that. Like, I remember it being like a big thing of people just being nitpicky and funny online, just calling out Sabine for abandoning her cat and just leaving on this fucking mission.
There's a lot of things you could pick on Star Wars for, and I'm surprised that's the one. Like, in a world where there's fire in space, you guys are worried about who's watching the damn cat.
Hey, you know what, though? It's valid. But what Disney did is they released a short called Sabine's Cat. And literally what it is it's a sleep mantra video. Like, it's like, I think it's like 2 hours long. And it's literally just the cat laying like on the table in her apartment or whatever with its tail just slowly just laying there, and it's like this like
just to chill
like behind like really like chill music.
Does it start with music. Sabine leaving and end with her coming back in? No, because that's what it should do, buddy.
It just starts with just the cat laying there, and I believe the caption is like, watch Sabine's cat while she's gone. So that's right. That's how you troll back. Like, I honestly, I used to put that video on for my kids for them to go to sleep. It worked. Like shit like that.
Sure.
Like there's like a Dory's thing that's just like that, where it's like 2-3 hours long, and it is just no dialogue, and it's just a bunch of fish swimming around. They kind of like swim up to the screen every now and then and like look at you, then they leave.
Do you remember the caveman cartoon, The Croods?
Mm-hmm.
Well, they had one with the cat, giant saber-toothed tiger laying by a fire, and it was just like the same thing. It was like a fire for like 30 minutes. It was really good.
Dude, the shit's genius. Oh yeah, I find him on YouTube to get my kids to sleep. He's obsessed with Minecraft. They make Minecraft ones that are just like soothing music, and you can see like this little like nighttime little Minecraft little town, like little fire, little smoke.
Fair enough. I mean,
this is modern day parenting, everybody. You have to put on like sleepy stuff.
It started with the Yuletide like fires, right? Like the sit by the fires. I remember why is this damn stand going out crazy? I remember the Adult Swim did one, if you remember right, and it looked like a little Yuletide fire, same thing. But then over time there was like a murder and like people coming by, and you hear them talking and walking in front of the screen and like starting chainsaws, and just really, really horrific thing. Like how Adult Swim used to troll people on some of these. It was kind of like Too Many Cooks, where the whole thing was just a gag. Ryan, you froze. Ryan, are you okay, Ryan? Ryan.
So my power went out.
Okay.
And
do you want to, or can you try to do this Monday? Do another Zoom? Okay, well, can you mark your spot? Time travel.
It is now another day, and we're going to go ahead and pick up right where we left off. How's that sound?
It sounds great, but to be fair, we warned everybody at the beginning that this was the first time we were doing video, and it was going to be a practice. This whole thing is wacky. It's a wacky thing, guys.
Well, in us in Michigan, we finally just got some snow out of nowhere, and of course, snow hits the ground, and just everything around here in Monroe fell apart. Like just no power. I had like no cell phone signal. It was fun.
Well, it's that lovely time of the year where it gets cold, but it also gets warm. So it goes back and forth between freezing and not freezing. So what you get is a bunch of melted snow or whatever liquid that overnight freezes and cracks the cement and weighs down tree branches and knocks down power lines.
Yeah, I heard it was a tree. That's what I heard. A tree just like took everything out.
Yeah. Well,
so
we're back, and let's talk about the El Coco.
So where we left off was it takes the shape of any dark shadow and stays watching from rooftops. It represents the opposite of the guardian angel and is frequently compared to the devil.
It would be really funny.
Others,
Hold on. If you went to hell and you're like, oh no, there's flame. Oh no, there's people are being tortured over there. Oh no, those people are being tortured over there. Ah, I'm going to see the devil. He's going to tell me what's good. You're a coconut.
and he's a coconut head.
Like, oh, well, I'll be damned. It's like, what I remember is when South Park did it for the year 2000. And they're like, we're going to finally see God. And then they show God and it's this weird little hippopotamus looking thing. Well, what did you expect?
It was
me
like
to
a
look
mix.
like?
It was like a mix of like 6 different kinds of animals. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's the same
That was
idea.
funny.
If Satan was a coconut,
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
So others see the Coco as a representation of the deceased of the local community. So it's like what
Like
you
the
become
spirit of the
after death,
community.
I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
yeah.
deceased.
This whole damn town's going to hell. Oh, there it is. That's a coconut spirit. That's how you know. That's how you know the neighborhood
Well,
went to shit.
And you have to understand, yeah, like the Coco, it's been around for a long time, so it's been represented in so many different ways. I tried to narrow it down. It says the oldest known rhyme about the Coco originated in the 17th century. The rhyme has evolved over the years, but still retains its original meaning. Sleep, child, sleep or else. Coco will come and eat you.
Sleep or something will eat you. 1, 2, Ella Coco's coming for you. 3,
Burp.
4, go to sleep, you. It's fine.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So
They can't all be
during
technically we just
during-
started again for the day, man. So we got to get warmed up. I have to have all the
I know.
shitty dad jokes immediately.
That's true. And I had to work this morning, so you got like a different energy coming from me, but I'm trying to bring it.
Oh, bring it back, man. Yeah.
Bring it back.
Try some of that
Okay.
moon pie beer that I came across.
I should. I would like some of that.
I want to do a show with moon pie beer. Just saying. Continue.
I'm down. We can get it.
I've interrupted you
So-
enough for this.
Oh, dude, interrupt all you like. During the Portuguese and Spanish colonization of Latin America, the legend of the Coco was spread to countries such as Mexico, Argentina, Uruguay, and Chile. There are several hypotheses to its origin. Some claim its creation to the Greeks, the Romans, or the indigenous people of Mexico, but recent research points to the Iberian Peninsula, or Portugal and Spain, as the birthplace of this terrifying folklore. El Coco's enduring presence in various cultures and time periods has cemented its status as a haunting and mysterious figure, capable of inspiring both fear and fascination among individuals of all ages, Joe.
All ages, Ryan.
I'm trying my best, like, not to watch, like, you're going to make me laugh. Like, I'm watching you do your thing. I'm like, I see you in my peripheral. I see Joe's being a silly boy right now.
I said I wouldn't interrupt you anymore, so I'm dancing, which is what we do in the audio podcast. Just people don't normally see it.
That's right. Yeah, Joe's always doing something. He's squirrely. He's over there doing his thing.
It's called ADD.
So the tradition connected with Coco comes from ancient times. The story of Coco was described by Diodorus Siculus first. He spoke of the Iberian warriors who hang the heads of their enemies on their spears. This custom perhaps created the idea of putting heads on sticks as an offering for the beast.
Yeah, why not?
Coco.
Makes sense. Impaled heads is a wonderful gift that keeps on giving. Yeah.
What's in the box? What's in the box, Joe?
Well, it's a good offering.
I always think of Ghostbusters 2, where they're down in the subway, and he's like hello, and he's like hello, and then it's like Winston, and they're like, yeah, let's get the hell out of here, and they turn around, and they're faced with like a severed head on a spike, and they turn around, and there's another severed head on a spike, and I remember that scene scared the bejesus out of me when I was a kid. Like, it was terrifying.
I love the Ghostbusters. I don't have that part memorized. That's from the second film.
Yeah, that was when they were down looking for the river of slime. And after that, and then they saw the ghost train. And then after they saw the ghost train, that's where Ray found the pathway to the river of slime. So it started off with a bunch of severed heads in a circle, and they were surrounded by severed heads on spikes. Fucked up for a kid's movie.
It sounds a little fucked. Well, arguably it wasn't a kid's movie. It was an everybody movie. I don't know, man. It's weird that they've had 4 live action Ghostbuster movies. I really want there to be another one. I really do. I don't know, because Frozen Empire didn't do very well. And it was okay. It was kind of like the newest Jurassic Park, where it's like, all right, I guess you delivered what you promised, but for some reason it was still felt lacking. Like somehow it didn't move the needle forward or whatever. You know what I mean? Well, if you want to see something, right? If you want to see something cool, though, I know I've mentioned it before. They had a sequel series to the animated, the real Ghostbusters, the animated series from like 1986 to like 93 or something.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I remember.
Well, they had a sequel series called Extreme Ghostbusters, came out in the 90s. It was only 1 season, but it was still like 50 episodes because, that's how they did cartoons back in the day. But it was canon with the real Ghostbusters. The guy who played Egon was back, Janine was back, and they formed like a new team. And, a Goofy movie, the guy who plays Max, well, Max Goof. Well, he plays a character in the Extreme Ghostbusters. He's the wheelchair guy who has a name. Who has a name.
He certainly does, but I can't think of it either.
I don't know. We were really cool, the wheelchair people in the 80s and 90s, man. Do you remember the Burger King Kids Club? There was just like always a designated wheelchair kid. And then as time moved on... And I think
they literally called him Wheels.
Oh, that's rough. That's rough. It's kind of like making the Black Power Ranger black. You could have chose better. Oh, and then the Yellow Ranger was Asian. Ooh, you guys did not think this through. Yeah.
No, that was like everybody could see it, and of course, like the Pink Rangers.
They were trying to be inclusive, though, Ryan. They were trying.
Yeah. Well, they gave it a shot. Power Rangers is awesome.
El Coco.
The example, recorded by Diodorus, was the Battle of Silanut, which took place in 469 BC. But similar situations happened during many ancient battles in the Iberian Peninsula. According to some researchers, the idea of hanging heads on spears is connected with the Celbitarian culture. The monster perhaps had many other names before the 15th century, when it was called Coco for the first time.
I see.
So it's been around, but it was the 15th century. It was called Coco. And here's where I said it goes a little weirdly off the rails. I didn't cover too much on this, but literally everywhere I went talked about this. Also, medieval legends in the peninsula featured dragon creatures as El Coco. In fact, Kuka and Coca are names for dragons in Iberia.
Yeah, there's like a South American or Aztecian god called like a Kukulkan or a Cococan or something like that. It was the winged serpent. So
yeah,
very cool.
So El Coco also is tied to dragon medieval folklore as well. Like it stretches so far. Like it's pretty cool.
El Coco.
So what is El Coco? It has been compared to the one and only boogeyman. Could it be the boogeyman has many forms and origins throughout history around the world?
Yeah, maybe it's like it. Maybe it's like Pennywise, man. Just the epitome of evil that chooses to be a coconut instead of a clown. El Coco.
So if so, what does it look like now? And what does it feed upon?
Children under their bed. He was very clear about like go to sleep or that you'll be eaten by a coconut clown. If there's any takeaway from this week's spooky stuff, go to sleep or you'll be eaten by a coconut clown.
You know what I mean? I try telling my kids all the time. They're close. Like I have to shoo this thing off every now and then. What if I don't catch them in time?
That's just science. It reminds me of there was a movie based on a Stephen King short story that recently came out called Boogeyman, and there's an opening of that film kind of is very reminiscent of the El Coco situation. Yeah. I mean, any monster that eats kids is pretty evil. I mean, at the same time, if you eat meat, I'm sure we've all had veal. And if we ever saw an alien race that were cows, we would look like the craziest carnivores. It'd be like reverse V.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think even Neil deGrasse Tyson like suggested, he's like, what if they were like plants in the fact that they literally create their own food from energy from the sun or whatever. So to them, we would look like horrific, crazy barbarians, like because they don't kill they don't need to kill anything.
I mean, we are kind of crazy, horrific barbarians. I'm not proud of it, but it's the human race that seems to keep proving me that we're.
That's true. That's true. But to be fair, we don't know very much about other alien races either. So.
Well, to be fair, besides microbes that we found fossils of, unless there's a lot that isn't public. But I'm just saying, as far as the public is concerned, we haven't really found alien life except fossilized microbes.
Unless it is yet to be disclosed, Joe.
I agree. I really like the idea of there actually being like a Star Trek situation where all the governments of the world have their own spaceships and we're dealing with aliens and stuff like that. And for whatever sci-fi, politic, blah, blah, blah reason, we don't know about it. But then there'll be an event and we're all going to know. And suddenly they'll be like, hey, guys, by the way, science fiction is real. And you got to learn how to shoot this ray gun and fly a plane because, well, they're coming.
Sign me up. Let's do it.
Sign me up. Yeah. I mean, that's a little bit of spooky, a little bit of sci-fi, a little bit of disclosure, as you put it. In fact, Ryan, I think it's time for
disclosure discussion. It's about aliens and stuff.
The Manasis. The Manasis UFO incident, November 11th, 1979. Quote, the most famous UFO sighting in Spain.
I don't know how many are in Spain, so I'm not sure. Like, is that good? Because if there's like 5, it's like, oh, okay. But if there's like 10,000, you're like, oh shit, you ranked.
That's true. I don't know the specifics on that ratio there, Joe. This comes to us from ndtv.com. A TAE Super Caravel was the first aircraft involved in the incident. Flight JK297 had taken off from Salzburg, Austria, with 109 passengers on board, and had made a refueling stop on the island Mallorca before setting course towards Las Palmas. Halfway through,
I lived on Las Palmas, just so you know, in Hollywood. That was the name of my street. I was 1333
awesome.
north Las Palmas, Hollywood.
Nice,
California.
nice.
Yeah. Has nothing to do with anything.
So,
no.
That's relevant to you, Joe. Relevant
True.
to you, sir.
I was apartment 11. If anyone wants to mail a letter to that whoever lives there now and be like, "Hey, we know who used to live here." Be
That's
really
right.
weird.
We know.
Yeah. I wonder if anyone
Just
writes letters. Right? Is there like an old person
I
that's gonna
don't.
be home, like an old person with stationery, like, oh, here we go. No.
Whenever I have to mail anything like for something, I'm like, oh my God, like what year is it?
You know what I found in my coat, because it got cold, right? So I opened up my coat and I found in the empty pockets there was international stamps, because we were giving away Earthling Entertainment stickers like last year, and somebody was like, yeah, I want some, and they were in Canada. So it was like, even though it was literally, I don't know, 10-minute drive, I had to buy international stamps to get them to mail it to them.
Oh, just put it on a balloon, eh?
Yeah.
And just send it our way. It'll get here soon.
We'll find it.
We'll have some Tim Hortons while we're waiting, eh?
Aliens. Ryan, stay on topic. Jesus.
Halfway through the flight, at about 2300, pilot Francisco Javier Lerdo de Tejada and his crew noticed a set of red lights that were fast approaching the aircraft. These lights appeared to be on a collision course with the aircraft, alarming the crew.
Yeah, that'd be
The captain requested information about the inexplicable lights, but neither the military radar nor the flight control center in Barcelona could provide any explanation for this phenomenon. In order to avoid a possible collision, the captain changed altitude. However, the lights mirrored the new course and stayed about half a kilometer away from the plane.
So
Since
these are
the
just
object
asshole teenager aliens that are just playing chicken with a plane. Like, they're gonna move first. They're gonna move first.
It's not the first time we've heard of this.
No.
We've heard of them. They mimic flight patterns. Even go to where like they're planning to route to, like the the UFOs know like where they're headed to, and they're there.
Yeah.
Like we've seen this kind of behavior before.
It's true.
So since the object was violating all elementary safety rules and an evasive maneuver was deemed impossible by the crew, the captain decided on going off course and made an emergency landing in Manassas Airport. This is the first time in history in which a commercial flight was forced to make an emergency landing because of a UFO. The flight crew reported the lights abandoning the pursuit just before the landing took place. However, 3 new UFO signals were detected by the radar, each one with an estimated diameter of 200 meters.
Jeez.
The objects were seen by several witnesses. One of the UFOs passed very close to the airport runway, and emergency lights were lit by the land crew in case the object happened to be an unregistered flight experiencing difficulties.
I mean, hold on. That is a lot of witnesses who look at things in the air all the time, coming, going. Do you know what I mean? So that holds a lot of weight as far as I'm concerned. They're going to know, hey, that's not a plane. That's insane.
Right. And I said this was what, a 79? Yeah, 1979. So it's not like it was a drone. It's not like it was like anything that we could maybe try to argue today. It just, it doesn't.
Well, you are assuming that we don't do like time travel in a little bit, because we figure out time travel. Suddenly there could be drones and military shit popping up all over the world. Wouldn't that be disappointing if it found out that all the UFOs throughout history were just from like 2050 when we figure out time travel and they're just experiments of the government sending back drones and shit? Literally, aliens don't exist and they're just time traveling drones because of a dumb military power. I mean, it would be very sci-fi. It would be kind of like a fun story or world fiction wise. But if that's how it happened in real life, I would be disappointed, because while I don't know for sure aliens exist, mathematically they probably do. But then again, mathematically they probably couldn't get to our planet without being dead or artificially intelligent, like they download their bodies, or their consciousness into a computer, or they're robots. I don't know.
Or they'd have to do what we've already been planning. We'd have to do like a generational ship.
Yeah,
where
like
literally it goes through generations and generations on the way here.
Well, kind of
that would be a desperate move.
Yeah, well, kind of like the dream I was telling you about the other week. The idea of there being generations on a spaceship, eventually we would adapt to the environment of being on space. And if it took too long, by the time we got there, we wouldn't be able to survive on a planet. I mean, unless for whatever reason it has far less gravity, because you assume our muscle mass would shrink and our strength would, go down in many ways.
Oh, yeah.
So if
radiation alters you out there.
Yeah. So if we landed on it, well, I'm just talking about simply weight, but yes, totally. Radiation will mess with you. But if you landed on a planet smaller than Earth, maybe the less gravity would compensate for the lack of muscle gain. I don't know.
It's a really, really risky game. We are definitely meant to be here for the most part. I do believe that we are alien
from Mars,
hybrids or some kind of we've been made from something we've been messed with in the past. I do believe that.
Yeah,
that's
the whole alien DNA mixed with monkey DNA, and the fact that we might be from Mars. What was it? They said Arcadian rhythms at night, like if people in space, it actually it reverts back to a Mars day length, not our.
Yep.
And then skin cancer, apparently, if we were on a planet, grew up on a planet farther away from the sun, then wouldn't be as big of a deal. So that could be the answer for skin cancer. There is a lot of ideas saying that we came from Mars. Like we blew Mars up, we fucked Mars up, then we went to Earth, took over, and we're doing that here. Maybe we'll go back and we'll re-terraform Mars. We're just space locusts, Ryan.
I was going to say, we are just the worst.
A little bit.
So given the lack of answer to all communication attempts, a Mirage F1 took off from the nearby airbase of Los Llanos, Albacete, to identify the phenomenon. The pilot, Spanish Air Force Captain Fernando Camara, had to increase his speed to Mach 1.4 just to be able to get visual contact with what he believed to be the truncated cone shape displaying a changing bright color. But despite his initial efforts, the object quickly disappeared from sight. the pilot was informed of a new radar echo, which indicated that another object might be near Sagunto, Valencia. When the pilot was close enough, the object accelerated and disappeared again. This time, though, the UFO seemed to respond, and the fighter had its avionics scrambled. Its electronic flight systems were jammed, and the onboard alert system in the F-1 warned Captain Chimera as if he was being locked on by a continuous wave missile radar. At last, and after a third contact attempt, the UFO finally disappeared, heading for Africa. After an hour-and-a-half pursuit, and due to fuel shortage, the pilot was forced to return to the base with no results.
Interesting. When I hear cone shape, the first thing that pops in my head is back in the 60s, 70s, these spaceships, when they go up, the crew, when the landing module, whatever, it was like a cone, the thing that they came down in. You know what I mean? Also,
I've seen it in representations, where it's more of like a cone, like
Apollo 13, like the cone they fell down in. Also, it kind of sounds like a bell shape, maybe like the Del Glucker or whatever, the Wunderwaffe, the wonder weapon that the Nazis were working at that apparently just disappeared. That was, they said that had to do with time travel. So maybe it just shot up 30 years later and, over Spain, over Madrid. I'm just asking questions, Ryan.
I know. And that's what this is for. Like, I'm telling you, it's just, we've just heard of so many different shapes and sizes and kinds of UFOs. There's one that looks like a boomerang and moves like a boomerang. There's the cigar-shaped one. Yeah, there's the Tic Tac. There's the squid. There's the giant pyramid. There are flying pyramids. There's
Flying Pyramids always reminds me of Stargate. That was a really good show back in the day. It's funny that
I only saw the movie.
I think there was still a flying pyramid. Maybe I'm wrong. But you know what's interesting?
I don't remember.
If all of these spaceships are real and all of them are aliens, it seems very likely that there are several aliens and not just like one species. I know they say like 7 or 8. There's insectoids, there's greys, there's the Nordics, there's blah, 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 reptilians.
Oh, yeah. And there's probably way more than we even understand. Like, way more. And they all have different culture. They all have different, ways that they design and use their technologies, I'm sure. And they're probably all using different technologies that we have no idea about.
It's funny because every time we talk about all these alien species and all these crazy things that may or may not be happening, I always think the same thing where it's like, I would not be surprised at all if not a single one of these things is real. But at the same time, if they all were or part of them were, I would also not be surprised at all. Because it's just yeah. So what do you think? What do you think about this Spain UFO story?
It sounds 1,000% legitimate. Like, this is such a cool story. I've never heard it before. Have you?
No, not really. And the amount of detail, the amount of witnesses, and the credible witnesses is really what makes this story stand out.
We've got everybody's name right there. The captain. We got everybody. The pilot of the ship that went after it.
Sure.
So like everybody is accounted for. And it's like you were just saying though, like I wanted to kind of add to it. It's just like, that's what makes it so frustrating and fun being into this kind of stuff. Because like you said, like if it wasn't true, I wouldn't be surprised. But if it was true, I wouldn't be surprised. Like it's like when it comes to this, I believe this story. It just, to me, this is right up there with all the rest of the credible stories that we've heard. Like I can't believe that this hasn't gotten more popular.
No, I agree, but there's so many. There's thousands and thousands of UFO cases, and some of them are bullshit, obviously, because that's just what happens. Some of them are probably a lot more true. I watch so much sci-fi, and I watch so many of those like shows where it's like the unexplained, all this other stuff. It's hard to tell what's real anymore. I swear to God, I thought in '95 they blew up the White House, and that apparently was Independence Day. It's just hard to keep track, Ryan.
That's it for the discussion of disclosure.
Fantastic. Well, Ryan, that one was a little weird. Sometimes things are weird, though.
I mean, I enjoy when things are weird, Joe. I like it. I like it a lot.
But you know what else is weird, bud?
What?
Real world weird.
The strange appearance of what seemed to be an eerie, glowing face in the sky over an Indian village left bewildered witnesses confounded and concerned.
I'm confounded and concerned.
I am confounded and concerned as well, Joe. According to a local media report, the odd incident occurred on a Wednesday morning in the community of Farabari.
It's a good community.
To the
Great schools.
To the astonishment of residents, the pre-dawn sky was suddenly illuminated by a sizable glowing object that produced an image bearing an uncanny resemblance to a face peering down at them from the heaven. It was unlike anything I've ever seen before, marveled witness Kumar Tamang, who photographed the strange sight, which actually I have a picture of right here, and it does look like a face. It does look, it's pretty creepy.
Yeah,
Before
and I think
it
it's
slowly
about
moved
time.
across.
I think it's about time we all just recognize what that is. Look at that. That is a face in the clouds in the sky. Clearly, that is the Death Eaters trying to tell us that Voldemort has returned. Okay,
Is that what that is?
I seen that movie. I read that book. I know what that is. The Wizarding World is in turmoil, Ryan.
So it slowly moved across the sky and then vanished. The Farabari resident was not the only individual to spot something unusual that morning, as two other people in neighboring communities also reported seeing anomalous aerial illuminations around the same time as the sighting.
Sounds like an awesome
The
name for like
frightening-
a punk band.
I don't know, it sounds like a prog metal band to me.
Ooh, I like it.
The frightening face Tamang spotted was almost certainly a trick of light and shadow brought about by an illuminated object appearing behind some clouds. What object? That said, the source of the light seen by different witnesses remains a mystery, with some suggesting it was a rocket launch or some similarly prosaic point of origin, and others positing that it could have been aliens.
Aliens. Well, if the clouds were low enough, it could have been anything. Could have been a hot air balloon that was on fire falling to the ground. I'm just saying, it's possible. Maybe it was some aeronauts up there just doing some shenanigans. But alien spaceship's possible too. I like how they're like, hey guys, yeah, that's just a cloud. Sure, it looks a little bit of a face. But what about the light behind it? Okay, why aren't we asking that question? Good. I mean, fair enough. That is observant. I'm with you on that. Kind of weird. The first thing I saw, I was thinking of that point in, like, I think it was Harry Potter 4 or 5, where they just start shooting up and there's like skull faces in the air. You remember that at all? Because
I don't know if I do.
that's all right. That's fine. You're a man. You're close to your 40s. It's okay. You don't know Harry Potter. I mean, we can't be perfect.
Yeah, I admit, like, I know the first two really well, but after that, I just kind of fall off. I'll admit.
Apparently, Ryan checked out at about 16 when it came to Harry Potter.
Give or take. Yeah, I read like the first 3 or 4 books. I read a lot more books, I think, than I really remember movies, but I don't remember the books anymore. So I don't know.
I'll be interested what the show does, because there was a lot, like not a ridiculous amount, but there was a lot in the books that was not in the movies. So the fact that they have a season per book, there's going to be some interesting stuff. Like, I want to see Hermione trying to liberate the house elves for like 3 books. That's in there. She was just like, they shouldn't be slaves. And they're all like, no, we're fine. Don't worry about it. She's like, no, you need to be free. And they're like, oh, shit. Like, they're scared and they don't want to be free, but she's really forcing it on them. And then it's the whole ethical thing. But then again, it's J.K. Rowling, and nothing she believes in seems to be that cool.
Chinese company starts making gorilla sofas after AI-generated version goes viral.
Monkey chair.
This comes to us from OddityCentral.com. A Chinese furniture company has begun producing gorilla-shaped sofas to meet customer demand after AI-generated photos of gorilla sofas started going viral on social media. Back in April, a design-centered blog called Inspiring Designs published a post featuring dozens of AI-generated images of gorilla-shaped sofas. It's unclear whether they use Midjourney or some other digital creation tool, but some of the results were indeed fascinating. One could tell from the onset that they were made using AI, but that didn't make them any less impressive. The problem, as evident from 8 user comments on the post, was that most people couldn't make the distinction between AI-generated content and a real product.
There's a lot of people who can't tell the difference between, like, there's so many, let's say, older generation who are like reposting things that they see, and it's like, no, that baby wasn't saved from an alligator. That was this weird AI app. And they're like, it feels like if you're over 40, maybe give or take 5 years in either direction, you can know you have trouble checking like AI, because I look at it and I can still tell. I'm like, that is not how Robert De Niro looks holding up a birthday cake that says 70 whatever. I'm just
I'll admit, I've gotten by some of the AI videos when they like purposefully blur them up a little bit so that it's easier to, believe
it's
it.
real. Well, it's
You
only
know
going to
what I
get
mean?
worse, man. The AI shit's only going to get more better. I don't
It's
like
got
it,
me
but
a couple times. Yeah, no, it's no, we're doomed. We're doomed, Joe.
we're doomed. We're doomed. Sarah Connor tried to tell us. Cyberpunk future is always scary. And it's weird because I really liked Batman Beyond. I was a big fan. But the actual like idea of a futuristic situation like that, I have a little bit of future shock. I got to be honest. I think I'd be more comfortable if I was born 20 or 30 years older, like older than I am, so we can grow up in like the 70s or 80s. I think I would have had a lot more fun.
No, I understand. No, dude, no, you're traumatized by AI. AI is a scary thing.
I hate
It
AI.
is scary.
I really, really do. I really do.
I know you do. I know.
Anyways, monkey chair.
People kept asking where they could get a gorilla sofa, which was not real. Well, a company in China was more than happy to meet the demand. Posted on TikTok, the owner of a Chinese furniture company posting under the handle at Sunya Furniture 0202 can be seen showcasing several real gorilla sofas, from a black version inspired by King Kong to beige and brown versions, complete with big gorilla heads. They aren't as cool and detailed as the AI versions, but they're definitely gorilla sofas.
Fair enough.
So,
I mean,
if you're
seriously, that's like you found a niche you found a need in the market and you filled that need. Some dude with a furniture store is like, damn, I can't seem to move ottomans. There's 4 furniture stores on this block. How am I going to compete? And he's sitting there and he's playing with his computer and he comes across these memes and he's like, oh, gorilla couch. We could turn this into a story,
Gorilla
like a
couch.
heartwarming story. Like they made Tetris into a story. We could do this, bud. It'll be called Gorilla Couch. And it'll be about this guy. We could basically make it make it up completely and just say based on a true story. And as long as it's a dude who decided to do this, it can be based on a true story. You really got to watch that. If you watch movies based on a true story, they could make up most of it. They can, not saying they always do. Yeah.
I know what you mean. No, that's true. That's true.
Gorilla Couch.
I don't know. As long as we could have dinosaur ninjas in our movie, I'm in. I need raptor ninjas.
Like are we picking a species and making them anthropomorphic so they're like human shaped? Because ninja skills are difficult with some dinosaur shapes. Although I would like to see a T-Rex trying to like do like flying punches and kicks. So I can go either way. I can go with actual dinosaurs being ninjas or also anthropomorphic dinosaur species.
I'm willing to compromise. We'll go a little more anthropomorphic, more like Teenage
Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Love it.
Okay, then I'm in. We can do this.
That's kind of weird, Ryan.
Yeah, I know.
Is that it? Are we done with Real World Weird?
Oh my God. We are. You know what that means?
We're entering the second part of the show?
Oh, God.
Well, I don't think we'll have special report this on this episode because I have no idea how to do that yet. But hey, we'll throw in the audio commercial. And when we come back, pop culture stuff.
Calling all comic fans, it's time to feed your brain at Green Brain Comics, where the freshest new issues, graphic novels, and manga hit the shelves every week. Whether you're looking for the hottest new series or the latest small press sensation, we've got it all. Every genre for every age, Green Brain Comics is your one-stop shop for all things graphic storytelling. Got questions? Our friendly staff knows their stuff. Whether you're a longtime fan or new to the world of comics, we've got recommendations that'll keep you coming back for more. And don't forget to check out our special events. Green Brain Comics is not just a store, it's a community. Located in East Downtown Dearborn, we are at Green Brain Comics on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Shop online at greenbraincomics.com and remember to feed your brain at Green Brain Comics.
Joe? Oh no, we've lost him. Joe? Oh.
Now we got a couple of headlines for you. Earthling Entertainment headlines.
RoboCop statue finally finds permanent home in Detroit's Eastern Market.
Finally.
This comes to us from WXYZ.com. After more than a decade of waiting, Detroit's crowd-funded RoboCop statue has finally secured a permanent location and is expected to be unveiled by the end of 2025. That's this year, Joe.
It is this year. It's been a long time. Ryan.
This has been a wild year, 2025. Holy crap. Anyways.
Yeah, out of everything terrible or good, depending on your point of view, at least there's a RoboCop statue. So put that on the scales.
That's right. Winning. Yeah. Yes. The 11-foot bronze statue will be installed at Eastern Market on the patio of Free Age, a film production company. The statue was originally funded through a 2011 Kickstarter campaign organized by Detroit resident Brandon Wally, which raised thousands of dollars with the slogan, "Part man, part machine, all crowdfunded."
I did contribute to that crowdfunding, and I doubt I gave a lot. Like, I don't even think I got enough to like get one of the perks. It was like $5 or whatever, but I wanted to say that I threw my hat in there, and I did. I gave a little bit of money back in 2011.
It's a good cause. It's a good cause. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, if Philadelphia could have a Rocky Balboa statue, I think Detroit needs a RoboCop statue. And I did then, and I do now.
That's where it took place. That's where they filmed it. And
I don't know if
I
filmed it.
I'm pretty sure.
I don't know. Continue.
I definitely watched it far too young. I will say that.
Yeah.
I saw that movie when I was very young. Like, as soon as I could work, I found it like RoboCop. And I just put it in, and yep. All of a sudden, I'm just seeing this dude getting blown to smithereens in that beginning scene. It's just like, oh, like young me is just like, holy shit.
You know that movie was directed by the same guy who did Starship Troopers.
That's amazing. No wonder I love him both.
Yeah,
and it makes sense too with when he went like to the house, and he was having
that
like,
for $1.
And that was repeating, and then he had like the flashbacks to his wife, and then he had, you know, like the cellar for the home that he lived in was like on like the screen, like going through the motions over and over. And he finally punches it out. Like I said, like I literally haven't seen that movie. I couldn't even tell you when. It's probably been over 10 years at least.
As a kid, I like the second one better, even though the first one
I like the second one
as an adult. But as a kid, I like the second one better. The third one I loved as a kid, but as an adult, I hate because I realized that they got rid of Peter Weller. They made a PG-13, and it's kind of goofy. Then they had like, I can't tell if it was up to 7 movies, like 4, 5, 6, 7, because I think there was 4 additional movies. But those movies could have also been story arcs in a television show, because I know they had a television show called Prime Directive. There is a documentary called the RoboDoc, I believe, that covers everything. And then in 2014 there was a remake, and that one sucked. Yeah,
I remember the second one was where they had the drugs that they shot in their neck, right? And it was like the robot guy.
Yeah, and it had the little kid as like the villain with his lunchbox.
Yeah, that one was good. That one was good.
That was my favorite when I was a kid. I had a thing for sequels because Gremlins 2 was my favorite. And also Critters 2 was my favorite.
I'll never forget that one scene where it's like, he's got a shotgun. So, fuck.
Yeah. All right.
That was your favorite line. The statue's journey to installation faced several delays over the years. Wally cited COVID-19 and the 2024 Eastern Market tailgate shooting as factors that complicated finding an appropriate home for the bronze figure. The RoboCop statue has found support among local business owners, including Bethany Shorb, who operates Well Done Goods in Eastern Market and sells RoboCop merchandise.
Quote, yeah, so it would definitely be good for her.
Definitely. I like 80s nerd stuff. It is the most positive. Is it the most positive depiction of Detroit? No, of course not. But it's poking fun at a lot of not good things can happen. And now we do have an actual RoboCop, Shorb said.
Yeah, well, you know what? Is there that many good depictions of Detroit in movies? Like, I'm just saying, The Crow. I mean, they were burning the place down, and this guy was horribly murdered. That was a great depiction of Detroit. There's a movie called
I
Detroit
forgot that
with
that
John
was in
Boyega.
Detroit.
Yeah, that wasn't a good depiction of Detroit. Does Detroit, honestly, do we have, I mean, 8 Mile? I guess that's a more realistic depiction of at least subculture in Detroit. But none of them's just like, Detroit, town of the future, for the everyman. Things will be great here. Like, utopia.
Yeah. I can't help but agree with you, buddy. I love the one photo of the girl with that actor who played RoboCop in the original films,
Peter Weller.
and she's wearing a shirt that says, "Remember when RoboCop shot that dude in the dick?" Because he totally shot between the woman's dress
Yeah.
to get to the man's groin.
To be fair, it was a good shot.
I swear, 1987. That's the year I was born.
Okay.
Had like the best stuff come out. I didn't realize that RoboCop, the 1987 RoboCop film, depicted a futuristic, apocalyptic version of Detroit, making the statue's placement in the city both symbolic and fitting for fans of the cult classic.
It's true. I'm happy. Like, I'm going to go take pictures with it. Yeah. You know what's crazy is when they got all these adult films and then started making them kids properties in cartoons. Like RoboCop had a kids cartoon. Toxic Avenger had a kids cartoon they called the Toxic Crusaders, and that wasn't appropriate. Like, a lot of these really adult films made kids cartoons. And even though it's not the same way, they kind of do that today too. And that's what we're talking about with headline number 2.
Stranger Things, Tales from 85. This comes to us from Variety.com. The Upside Down is getting animated. Netflix dropped the first look and teaser at Stranger Things, Tales from 85, an animated spin-off of the streamer's beloved sci-fi series arriving next year. It's set between seasons 2 and 3 of Stranger Things and features a new cast voicing the iconic students of Hawkins, Indiana. The logline teases welcome back to Hawkins in the stark winter of 1985, where the original characters must fight new monsters and unravel a paranormal mystery terrorizing their town in Stranger Things, Tales from 85, an epic new animated series. Eric Robles is the showrunner, and Stranger Things creators Matt and Ross Duffer are executive producers, along with Hilary Levitt via Upside Down Pictures, Sean LeVay, and Dan
Levy.
Cohen.
Sean Levy.
Thank you, Levy. When we started talking about was there anything else we wanted to do with Stranger Things, this was one of our first ideas, the Duffer Brothers said in a teaser. The idea was to evoke a feeling of 80s cartoon with animation. There's really no limits. Eric Robles and his team can go wild, and they have. What we have been able to capture is the magic of Hawkins in a new way, Eric Robles said. Our story takes place between seasons 2 and 3, but we soon learned that nothing is quite as they thought it was. So get your flashlight and backpack because it's going to be amazing.
Amazing. Now, you know what? I am here for it.
Amazing.
Because this is a way that you can get more Stranger Things once the story is over. And I will say it's kind of funny because is it going to be diluted? Yes, of course. It's not going to be as good because they can't kill a main character because we know who lives between season 2 and season 5. There can't be any huge event that they wouldn't mention in the show. So it's kind of that weird middle where it's like where Star Wars tries to make like novels that take place in between the movies. And Stranger Things does it too with comics, and they have novels. And it's all that, well, we can't reveal anything that's major that'll be revealed in the show, and we can't kill any characters. So it's funny because they always bring new characters in, and you're like, oh, Trevor's going to die. How do you know Trevor's going to die? Well, he wasn't in season 2 and he wasn't in season 3. This show takes place in between the two, and we've never heard of Trevor. Fucking Trevor's gonna die. Like, you know.
Yeah.
What I mean? But I'm still here for it.
I got a hot take. You know, I've seen all of Stranger Things. I watched up until that last episode where the dude played Master of Puppets on guitar.
Sure. So not the final season yet.
All of them. So yes, I haven't seen that yet, and I probably will. But I'll admit to you, I'm not even excited for it. Like, I don't know what it is. I got bored. Like I think I watched Stranger Things. Like, they got me in that last season because I'm a metalhead. And I figure if it didn't, they might have lost me then. But I watched because everyone's like, oh, they got the metal guy and everything. I'm like, oh, okay,
So Eddie, Eddie Munson dying, Eddie Munson dying may have taken it away for you.
I don't know. See, like
Hellfire Club. Look at this. Look at this.
This Hellfire Club.
I don't know if you can see, but that's a novel. These are the scripts. Then that's more novels. Yeah. Stranger Things. Here's a funny one. Here's a Stranger Thing Choose Your Own Adventure. Look at that.
Dope.
Isn't that
love those.
Yeah.
That's fun. So, yeah, I don't know. Don't get me wrong. You know what I mean? I enjoyed what I saw. I didn't hate it, but I'm not like as crazy about it, I think, as everybody else is. Like, I feel like everyone else is so on board that they love Stranger Things and they're so into it. And I'm just like, yeah, it's all right.
Well, you know, like I'm one of those people who are so into it, so I'm not going to act like I'm not above it. I love that stuff. But I don't know how popular it still is because I know it's big. Don't misunderstand. You know, they're releasing the final episode in theaters. It is big, but it has also been 3 years since the end of season 4. Or maybe 4 years.
And it's been, when did season 1 come out? It's been 2016. Out so long.
It was 2016.
Gosh darn.
So that's crazy. It'll be 10 years from the time that the first episode aired to when the last episode airs.
That's such a long time.
It is such a long time. You know what's funny though is between season 4 and season 5, you could have been a freshman in high school to a senior in high school. Like that's how much time between season 4 and 5. It's so I don't know how many people care anymore. But with 10 years, if you were, I don't know, let's say 7 or 8, and you snuck and watched it, or you were 10 years old, that means now you're like 20 to like 18 or 18 to 20. The point is you grew up with this show. It's crazy. So
right.
It might not be your cup of tea, but it's someone's like generational thing.
Like I said, I'm not even dogging on it. I'm just saying like, it's just not something that I find myself really getting that excited about. Like, you know what I mean? That's all. It's just like, I feel like, I don't know. I feel like I missed something. Like maybe I'll give it another watch through someday. Maybe I won't. You know what I mean? Like maybe it deserves another look. But
I think it might personally. You know, I like the Stephen King influences. I like the generational thing. I like the 80s. I like all that stuff. But you know what? It might not be your cup of tea. Just could. Maybe it's not. I know you're more of a original Star Wars kind of 80s fantasy kind of guy. You know what I mean? I know you like that stuff.
I'm mainly just a movie guy. You know, I've said that so many times on the show that I don't know what it is. Like, I just don't like most series. I don't like most shows because I just feel like they are all kind of the same. They run the same. I don't know. I don't know. I'm weird like that with recent series and stuff.
Try to jump on what you're saying. I admit that a lot of sci-fi shows may hit normal beats that all sci-fi shows are all dramas, but you're like things like Law and Order or a cop show. They're formulaic. There are formulaic shows, but then you liked Sopranos. And that wasn't really formulaic. Yeah, I love Lost, but it's hard for me to go through Lost again. That's one that isn't everyone's cup of tea, you know?
I never watched Lost. Never got into that.
I know you didn't. And that's why we're not going to talk about it, Ryan. Hey, let me ask you though, what was better in your opinion? Gremlins 1 or Gremlins 2? They're both very different. Much like Evil Dead 1 and 2, the second one is much more of a comedy and the first one is much more of a straight horror. But I find people usually go one way or the other. What is your favorite?
One, hands down.
See, I love 2. 2 is amazing. They're in this giant mall. They get like the chemicals and start changing. We got a spider gremlin. We got an intelligent gremlin. We got a gremlin that apparently was transgender or turned into a girl gremlin. I'm not sure exactly how that works. It's kind of like Smurfette. Who knows? But the second one, it was a lightning gremlin. It was crazy. Joe Dante directed the first one and they're like, hey, you should do a second one. He's like, fine, but I get to do whatever I want. And they're like, okay. Do you know there was kind of a Gremlins 3 before now that they've announced that there's going to be a real Gremlins 3? It's Small Soldiers. Small Soldiers is the same director as Gremlins.
I like the thought that the Gorgonites just like landed like in some dump or something somewhere. And they're just like, Gorgon.
It's like living in their palace is like an old broken porcelain toilet. Yes,
right. I just always wondered what, because it's like he's like, you don't have to see it to believe it. It's like, no, sir, you're a toy. You're an electronic toy on the water right now, and you're just heading
fine.
that way,
It's fine.
you're not going to be fine.
Dude, but
You're not
I
gonna be
want there to
fine,
be
sir.
a sequel. They're gonna be fine. There's a sequel in mind.
They're
that
all
we can
just
come up
dead
with.
in the water, just fried out. Their chips are just fried the fuck out, and that's that. There you go. The end.
Well, you
The
know
search
what?
for the Gorgonites, and they just find like them just like powered out, like dead, like reaching.
We could do a crossover of Toy Story, man. Like seriously, have the next Toy Story 5 at some point. They'll run past a river, and they'll just be the boat with the Gorgons just kind of in the background.
I'm kind of surprised that they didn't do that. Like they should have spent the money to have that one reference, just like they're in the middle of something, like Woody and Buzz or something, and then they just like look over and just
Gorgon.
they just see this. They just see the you just Gorgon.
What was that? Don't worry about it, Buzz. It's fine. It's fine.
Like it's a different animation studio. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Well, that's what I was trying to think of. Like, was it DreamWorks? Because I think Disney owns DreamWorks now. I'm actually trying to figure out. I think they might own Small Soldiers at this point. The reason why before we brought up Small Soldiers, buddy, I was trying to segue into our third headline, which was Gremlins 3.
A new Gremlins movie for November 2027 release.
Damn right.
This comes to us from bloodydisgusting.com. After many years of false starts, Warner Brothers has officially announced that the Gremlins franchise is returning to the big screen. Yes. And they've already set a release date. Gizmo will return to theaters November 19th, 2027. Woo! Steven Spielberg will executive produce the upcoming third installment in the Gremlins franchise. Chris Columbus, the original movie's writer, will produce and direct. Zach Lipovsky and Adam B. Stein are writing the screenplay alongside Columbus. The franchise centers on the adorable species known as the Mogwai, which comes armed with 3 very specific rules. Break them, and the fuzzy furball turns into the malevolently mischievous creatures known as gremlins. The Mogwai hero of the movie is, of course, Gizmo, voiced by Howie Mandel.
Yeah, but did you know that? Did you know Howie Mandel voiced Gizmo? I thought that's my favorite part about Howie Mandel.
I did not.
Little Monsters.
I did not know that was him in Little Monsters either.
And that and Howie Mandel's Animals Doing Stuff. That's a real show. Look it up. It's just like Craig's dogs with funny hats in a fisheye lens. That's like
right.
There's Howie Mandel's Animals Doing Stuff. It is a real show. Anyways, back to Gizmo.
I believe it.
Yeah.
So the Mogwai here, voiced by Howie Mandel, while the most iconic villain is the chainsaw-wielding Stripe.
Because he had a mohawk.
The human characters, Billy Peltzer and Kate Barringer, played by Zach Galligan and Phoebe Cates in Dante's movies. No word on whether or not the new script includes them. While we haven't seen a new Gremlins movie since the 2 original classics back in 1984, damn, it was that old. In 1990, the beloved franchise has most recently been seen on the 2-season animated prequel series that aired on HBO Max.
Yeah, and that one was called Ow. It was called Ow. No, it was called Gremlins Secrets of the Mogwai. Yeah, and I didn't watch it because I hated the animation. I like animation. I'm here for it, right? Like I liked Star Wars Rebels and Star Wars Clone Wars, and I'm down for animation. I like the Avatar series, even though Ryan makes fun of it every time, the Captain Planet jokes. And it's like, I like all this animated stuff, but I do not like cheap computer animated stuff. Like if it looks like there's no texture, if it's just basically like round blocks and squares with like, I just don't, it feels inexpensive to me. It feels like Speed Racer type stuff. It's like, you guys try to save too much money. It feels like a kid's show that they're like, Coco Melon. No. You want to show me some Gremlin stuff, put some effort into it. And I don't feel like HBO did with that series.
Oh, that sucks. Yeah, no, it's that's I feel like that just happens a lot. Like, remember even The Mask had a cartoon that was terrible.
Everything had a cartoon.
They did an Ace Ventura cartoon that was terrible.
Yeah, they did a Bill and Ted cartoon. They did a Back to the Future cartoon.
The Clerks cartoon was awesome.
That only lasted 6 episodes, and I think they canceled it after airing 2.
I thought it was awesome.
I thought it was awesome
I
too.
still think.
Yeah, no, I liked it.
But yeah, most movie to cartoon.
Dumb and Dumber had a
doesn't-
cartoon. I'm gonna keep going. Jumanji
God,
had
I
a
don't even
cartoon.
Oh my God, that's right, it did.
Yeah.
Oh God, I
Jumanji.
blocked that out.
I don't think I actually liked that Jumanji cartoon. I think it aired right before school every year, so I just watched it all the time.
I think
Yeah.
I saw the Mask cartoons sometimes because I think it was like around the same time that Freakazoid was on, and I love Freakazoid.
Dun 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 dun. Freakazoid, chimpanzee.
Hell yeah! No,
Let's just sit here and talk about old cartoons we remember. Ah! Ah! I've
But
seen
no,
a
for
show.
serious though, a new Gremlins movie I think is what the doctor ordered. I hope they're gonna stick with puppetry, with like actual physical effects. I really hope that they do practical.
Yeah, if they do all CGI, I'm also going to be incredibly disappointed. Like, I understand certain things, right? Like, if you want a puppet to do something a puppet can't do, then for that one quick shot, it's CGI, cool. But when we cut to a close up of it turning, going, then that's got to be a puppet. Like, do better, do better. I like practical effects too. That's why I always like the Underworld series, the Vampire and Werewolves. Is that at least the first one? I'm not going to speak for all of them, but at least the first one, they tried really hard to have the werewolf stuff practical. And granted, it was also because that was like 2000, 2001. So, CGI was more expensive and not as good. So that could also be a contributing factor. Can't lie.
Yeah, and now it's the opposite, right? Now CGI is cheap, and doing anything practical is insanely expensive because it's almost like it's a dying art.
Well,
You know what I mean? It's like, it's
so
weird.
it's hard to find people who can do it well. And yes, it's expensive. It's different. It's hard to say, man, because CGI, you can get stuff really cheap and you can get stuff that cost hundreds of thousands, millions and millions of dollars. And it really depends. It's like you get what you pay for, right? Like it's a difference between like a Sci-Fi Channel original movie when a giant snake eats a guy and you're like, oh, wow, look at that CGI. And then like Avengers, where it was like, this took us 4 years and $100 million. Well, practical effects are
Right.
kind of the same thing. You know what I mean? Because it's like I could
Yeah.
make my own latex mask or cuts or like show you like with a weird blood bladder and do all this fun stuff, but mine might look like a Halloween haunted house display as opposed to like Rick Baker, who's going to make it look like, oh look, it's The Walking Dead. So
Right. Yeah.
depends on money.
No, it depends on that for sure.
but
for
Steven
sure.
Spielberg
But-
is producing it, so he's got it. I mean, he's got to be able. They're going to spend the money. They got to, right?
Yeah. No, it should be interesting, but yeah, I'm just saying when it comes to Gizmo's he's gotta be real. You know what I mean? You gotta want to really pet him. Like that was like the whole thing with Gizmo, you wanted to hold him.
Well, dude, think
Like,
about
he was
Baby
so
Yoda.
cute.
Think about Baby Yoda.
Well, yeah.
He looks like a damn gremlin right over there. So
Yeah.
for one, they're probably going to make a reference in the show or movie. I have to imagine they're going to. But also in that show, The Mandalorian, he picks up Grogu. Grogu is like CGI sometimes, but there is a puppet there. I think they'll do the same thing.
I think so too. And then of course we've got
Kitty.
Kitty.
Yes. What's the cat's name?
This is Patrick.
I can't hear you.
This is Patrick.
Patrick. Excellent.
Yes.
I wish I had Pogo to show everybody because we talk about Pogo so much on the show.
We do, and sometimes we are like, okay, Pogo, you can hang out, and
Yeah.
Pogo can't hang out.
But-
he gets angry.
But I think that's it, Ryan. I think we're going to wrap it up. Yeah.
I think so too, man. Hey, this was a good experiment. We
Good. We'll
You
see how
know?
the editing goes. I'm gonna mess with it and see what I can do with it. I think I made like a weird little opening I'm gonna put to the podcast.
excellent,
Excellent.
awesome. I like that. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. That was a bonus.
It's
And,
yeah, because we don't know what we're doing with video yet.
And honestly, I got the same mission. Share this. Share this with one person, one coworker, with one family member. Your choice. Share it with your partner. Share it with whoever. And as bonus, share it with your cat.
Okay.
I'm going to share this one with. Yep, he's a part of it.
Sure.
You know, he knows, right, Pat?
Yeah.
He knows.
Excellent. Okay, and guys, so if you liked this episode, remember to subscribe and download the episode. Downloading the episode is actually the best way to support the show. But not only that, you could leave us a review. That would also be cool. Hit us up on social media. We have pretty much everything out there: Instagram, TikTok, the whole 9 yards. And you could email us at earthlingentertainmentpodcast@gmail.com. we'd love to hear from you. And from everyone here at Earthling Entertainment, see ya.
Bye.
I can't believe it's really happening. It's really the apocalypse.
I know. And on Taco Tuesday?
What? You mean I'm going to die and miss out on some tacos? Well, that's just fucking great.
Don't worry, Zach. As God is my witness, I will get us through this. And we will have tacos again someday. I promise you that.
Wait. What do you mean you are going to get me through this?
Come on, man. Obviously, in any post-apocalyptic scenario, I would naturally emerge as the leader.
Don't make me laugh, man. I was an Eagle Scout, bro. I can hunt, make water filters. I can even throw together a makeshift generator using nothing but a few car batteries and an old alternator.
I earned 2 Junior Ranger badges at Yellowstone.
Dude, that was 7th grade.
Did you not hear me? 2 Junior Ranger badges. Plus, I watched all 5 seasons of that zombie cable show.
Who cares? We're not dealing with zombies. Now are we, Steve?
They're heading this way. We need to get the hell out of here.
Who would have thought? Fish aliens.
I know, right? It's not like, who saw that coming? It's not like there's a bunch of water floating around in space.
Not so fast, man. Europa.
What are you talking about?
You know, Europa. Jupiter's 6th moon, discovered January 8, 1610 by Galileo. I mean, the whole planet is a frozen ice ball with a molten core and possible liquid oceans in between. Theoretically, it is possible that sentient fish-like creatures could have survived under the ice due to chemical synthesis.
How do you know this?
Because I can know stuff.
Your pathetic attempts to escape have proven futile. Your new life of servitude in the coral fields is inevitable.
Huh. Well, now we're gonna be slaves. That's just great. Perfect, yeah.
Don't worry. I got this. Mr. Alien, sir, as the leader of this group...
Whoa. We never agreed on that.
I'm obviously the leader.
No, you didn't hear me earlier?
I did hear you, but I wasn't listening. I didn't care about what you said. I mean, it's all about the...
Seriously, guys, it really doesn't matter.
The science guy.
There.
It's not
There
about
was some
wolves
fishing
or
up in this
bears.
bitch.
Oh, you're gonna be doing that?
Seriously, guys.
1 second.
Anyway, like I said, it's all about science, buddy.
No, it's not. It's
Yes,
about
it is.
fishing.
No.
Fishing for those
Screw this.
Yeah, you're gonna say fishing with these guys?
There's a lot of nature going on in this shit.
Yeah, it's all about
Okay?
space nature, dude. Science and everything.
When was the last time you got out?
I'm getting out right now, stupid.
Right now.
Do you not see us getting
We're
sucked up right now?
sucked up.
Yeah, we're outside. All right? So it still counts as being out, okay? Yeah. Science is pulling us up right now. Where's your
We're
hobby?
gonna
It's back down
fucking
there.
die.
Well, you know what? At least I'll die with my science, and your hobby's gonna be down there. That's where it's gonna be. You're gonna die alone. I make perfect
I
sense.
don't know what you're saying right now.
Science never knows what it's saying. I mean,
Shut up.
Welcome, Earthlings.
Hey, fish guy, settle something for us. What planet are you guys from?
Europa?
Boom! In your face! And that's why I'm the leader.